that's the World Cup over. And that is also the mid-season break over as well. We've played Liverpool. We're going to be playing Chelsea today, as well as the FA Cup. And we're going to be hoping not to get smashed. Hello there and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Let's Go Hammers. I'm Stubo, thank you very much for joining me in today's video where we are going to be playing Chelsea in the Premier League and Oxford in the FA Cup. If that sounds like a plan to you, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more football manager awesomeness. Since you were last with me, as I said, we've played through the mid-season break and we are now at the end of December. The World Cup has happened. I'm going to type in World Cup and you're going to see who has won it. You will be surprised no end to know that it's Italy who won it because Italy are just the best team in the world. England, as I'm sure many of you will want to know how they did. I'm assuming anyone who watches these videos is from England. If you're not, let me know in the comments where you're from. England actually went out in the quarterfinals, as you can see, semi-finals rather. Doing England a disservice there. They got to another World Cup semi-final. Bless them, bless their little cotton socks. In the first semi-final, Italy beat Uruguay. In R1, we were beaten 5-0 by England. That would have been nice. 5-0 by France, the previous World Cup winners, getting to their second final in a row. We then beat Uruguay. I say we as if I'm managing them. England beat Uruguay in the third place playoff, and then Italy beating France in the final. England didn't have any standout players in the tournament whatsoever. It was one of those tournaments for England, actually. If we look at their progression through the tournament, if we look at their schedule, you can see, starting from the group stages here, they had Croatia, Germany. Sorry, that's European Division Group. I don't know. Ignore all that. World Cup Group. That's what we want. So they had Germany, South Korea, and Mali. A very easy group when you bear in mind that Germany, if you look at the national team, because of various reasons that I am not intelligent enough to be able to go into, is a fully greyed out team. I'm assuming there is a fix for this that I've not done yet. But yeah, so bearing that in mind. Well, that's glitched out a little bit, hasn't it? Bearing that in mind, their entire group stage for England was easy. They then had Sweden and Austria in the knockout rounds of the World Cup before getting to France in the semi-final. So it is one of those stories of they've had an easy group and then they've had easy knockout rounds, and the first big challenge they've had, they've got knocked out. So very similar to the last World Cup campaign in real life for England, but they did go through. There is also somewhere, if I can find it, a cheeky little goal for a certain Mr. Declan Rice Esquire. He actually scored a couple of goals for England now. One of them was in the tournament. Played in a number of matches. He played at centre-back and got really poor ratings. I don't understand why Gareth Southgate played him at centre-back. I don't know if he played him at centre-back in this match. If he did, then we know never to play him at centre-back. No, he didn't. He actually didn't play in this match, or at least didn't start it. Did he get off the bench? I don't think he got off the bench, actually. No, he didn't. There we go. Gareth should have played Declan Rice. That would have solved it. But as a result of that, we have a World Cup semi-finalist in Declan Rice. We also have World Cup finalists in Issa Diop, Kurt Zuma and Alban Lafont. Now, granted, Lafont didn't really play. I don't think Diop really played as well. Zuma, I believe, did. So I'm pretty impressed with that we've got some World Cup players in our team. But as well as the World Cup, we've also played one game. Well, we played two games, actually, didn't we? Because I think we last left off. Why is it all bunched up like this? Let me just... There we go, that's more like it. We'll get rid of the friendlies as well. As you can see, we played a bunch of friendlies just to keep the team fit. I'm just going to get rid of the friendlies off of here. So, you were last with us at Real Madrid. We then beat Brighton 5-1, which was excellent. Ginter getting a couple, Diop getting a couple, Alvarez getting one as well. Set piece o'clock was in effect in this game. Then we had the big international break for the World Cup, and then we lost 1-0 against Liverpool. We only lost to a Mohamed Salah penalty. There were some very poor performances in the team, but we did very, very well to only go down to that penalty. As you can see on the stats here, we were fairly comprehensively dominated by Liverpool. That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to be too upset about that. It was what it was. I thought we were going to scrape a point at some point, but once they scored that goal, they kind of shut up shop, and that was it, really. So, we're going to go into Chelsea on the back of that loss. We're at home, and that's about it as far as positives I can think of, other than the fact they haven't got N'Golo Kante and Thiago Silva. That might help us. And this is the team we're going to be taking to... I do it every time. And this is the team we're going to be bringing with us to the London Stadium to hopefully beat Chelsea and claim bragging rights. That's the hope. It's going to be Lafont in goal, Maitland-Niles, Diop, Zuma and Lodi in defence, Souček and Rice in midfield with Jared Bowen, Yanis Hadji and Noni Madueke supporting Julian Alvarez up front. That is the hope. That is the plan. Let's hope we can get a win. Let's go. Don't really know what to expect from this game. We are definitely the team that's in more positive form than Chelsea. We're doing better than them this season. Let's just get that out of the way right now. So I don't really know what to expect from this game. We're at home against a team that, looking at the table, we should be beating. But we know Chelsea have, in theory, got better players than us. However, it's looking like they've given away a penalty. The referee stopped play after that corner. I don't know what he's looking at. But Kevin Friends is a friend to us. He's awarded a penalty because Chilwell fouled Souček. And Souček is going to be the man to take the penalty as Almada is on the bench. He could put us 1-0 ahead against our London rivals. And he has done. Thomas Souček with the goal. 1-0 West Ham against Chelsea. Get in there, boys. That'll do nicely. Whew! I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I genuinely thought after the game against Liverpool, I thought this might be the dreaded bubble bursting that I've been talking about for so long, that I'd convinced myself in the last episode, maybe it won't happen. Maybe we're just a good football team. And then we got kind of dominated against Liverpool, even though it was only 1-0. We did well to keep it to 1-0. But if we can just beat Chelsea here, I'll go back to singing that song. I'll go back to saying that we're just a very good football team. Julian Alvarez is in here and he just shoots it straight at Mendy, but he does manage to get it on the second attempt. Julian Alvarez, his 13th goal of the season. I thought when Mendy had saved it, that was the chance over. Turns out it was not the chance over. I mean, it's a really good pass. I think it's Jared Bowen. It's a very good pass from him. Unlucky to miss out on the World Cup squad with the form he's been in. And Alvarez, to get it in from that tight angle, does very well indeed. Very, very well. Just realised we scored those 2 goals in front of the Chelsea fans. Sorry, Chelsea fans. Don't mean to rub it in. But it's a very good first half. Even taking the goals out of it, we've had more chances. Our XG is much better. Obviously, the penalty has inflated that. But we have gone into half-time 2 goals to the good against Chelsea, and Chelsea really haven't done a lot, so we need to be prepared for them to come out and really push us, because I've got a feeling the manager is not going to be happy. We're going to say that one. We're going to leave things as they are. We're going to keep an eye on Renan Lodi. We might actually have a quick chat with Thomas Souček and calm him down. And in fact, we'll try and motivate Renan Lodi here. Not happy with your performance. And we'll leave it at that for now. We'll carry on in the game. And we'll just assess as we go. Hopefully we can carry on with this performance. And Maitland-Niles with the throw gets it to Jared Bowen, who gets it back to him. I know I said in the last episode we're a very good football team. But we just seem to be a lot better than we have any right to be. I know we've got some good players in the side. We've added well. We've got some players who have grown really well. And Kai Havertz is in here. It's probably going to be 2-1. It is 2-1. It's a very nice move. We haven't really done a lot there to stop them, which is a bit frustrating. I'm going to demand more from the players, because that's a bit frustrating. It's straight after the kickoff, basically. We need to be doing better than that. Diaz, who was on a very poor rating, linking up with Lukaku, who was also on a very poor rating. That's the replay for the goal. It started from a goal kick from them, which was very disappointing. What has just happened there? What has just happened there? We've just seen the highlight. Am I tripping? That was weird. Is this the goal here? Have we watched the highlight before we've seen the goal? We watched the highlight before the goal went in. Football Manager's breaking. What's going on? We've already seen this highlight. What's happening? I mean, I'll take it. Do they count as double if you see them twice? What is going on? It's a very nice goal. We've got them on the hop from a goal kick. And my disappointment for how we conceded that goal has completely disappeared. I'm sorry. What have we just witnessed? That was very strange. That was very strange indeed. But Souček and Alvarez are having a lovely, lovely time. I'm going to take this moment to reflect and also take Renan Lodi off for Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell has had a bit of a moan recently, saying he doesn't think he's ever going to be good enough. He is on the decline. We're going to bring him on today, and hopefully he can do a job for us. But I don't know. I don't know what that was. That's really tickled me, that has. We'll do that substitution and we'll carry on for now. Declan Rice we need to keep an eye on as well because he is very much up for this one. In fact, we're going to take him off now, actually. We'll bring on, in the defensive midfield position, we'll bring on Florian Grilic. And we'll carry on. We'll do it that way. You need to press that again, Stu. There we go. Hadji whips in, looking for the header. Issa Diop, and he's found the header. Issa Diop. It's 4-1. And we are ripping Chelsea apart here. Absolutely tearing them to shreds. It's a Hadji special. Gets it to the header Diop. Mendy gets a hand on it, but can only push it further into the corner. And it is 4-1. And we are having a lovely, lovely time. And I think we'll wait for the 80th minute and make that final change. I think we're going to probably bring off... I'm thinking Madueke. He's not had the best of games, really. He's probably the one player on the pitch who's really disappointed other than Renan Lodi. So I think we'll bring him off. And Armada, Alvarado, or Guerrero. We'll bring Alvarado on. I want to get him some minutes on the pitch. He's not been playing that well recently. Let's get him on there. See if he can have a few good touches. That'd be very nice. And I think we'll drop a bit of praise. We have to drop a bit of praise because they have been absolutely exceptional. Right, free kick to Chelsea in the 90th minute. Gets it to Zabani, I think that was. I didn't quite catch it. I think it was Zabani. Is it? Yeah, Zabani. Didn't get it in the back of the net anyway, so I learned his name for no reason because he didn't score. That was a fantastic game that was just punctuated by... I've never seen that before. We got the highlight of us scoring before we scored, and then we got the highlight again. That was weird. I'm going to have to watch that on the when I'm editing it, just to double check that's exactly what happened. I didn't just miss the goal. But then we saw it again. Oh, I don't know. Try and stop rationalising it, Stu. You probably can't. That was a very good performance, and that actually puts us top of the table. Preface that with the fact that Liverpool, who beat us in the last game, have got a game in hand, and there is only 2 points between us and them. So if they win that game, they go above us, we go second. But still, the fact that we could possibly be seconds when we're level on games with all of these teams is maddening to me, but in the best way. It is incredible. Right, so we are going to be back in the game against Oxford in the FA Cup, because remember, one of the things I said in this save was I wanted us to win the FA Cup, so that is an important game. So I'm going to play the Arsenal game off camera. Oh, before I forget, transfers. I've made a transfer and I've sold a player as well, so we've balanced the squad out beautifully. The player that we've brought in, you already know about Rico, you already know about Christensen. The player I've brought in is Harvey Elliott, and the reason we brought him in is because we're selling Nikola Vlasic. Vlasic hasn't really done anything for us this season. He showed some nice touches last year. But he is going to be leaving us for £20 million, and then we've reinvested £15 million of that upfront in Harvey Elliott. He's a wonder kid, he's English. Yes, he's not one of the best players at the club. I mean, he's technically, I think, better than the player whose name I've completely forgotten. Vlasic. I mean, Vlasic isn't even on that list. But he's technically better than Vlasic. So I think it's a good signing because we've got someone who's young, who's hungry, who has not got any Premier League games at all this season. He's played in the Papa John's Trophy, for goodness sake. He's much better than that. So, hopefully, he'll come to us, he'll grow, he'll become a good player. I think it's a better signing than Vlasic, who was a bit older. So, that's the main bit of business I wanted to show you. There's been a couple of loans and stuff, and then we're sorting some transfer stuff out as well. Our coach is going to be Manchester City's head of youth development, which he is very good at. But he's actually, is he very good at? I don't know. But he's going to be leaving us to do that, which is a bit frustrating because he's a really good coach. I would like to hang on to him, if I'm honest with you. Right, I'm going to carry on forward, and I'll see you at the Oxford game. Well, I've come back even before the Arsenal game, to be honest with you, because we've been given very glad tidings indeed. West Ham board make extra transfer funds available. We've got £50 million to spend in January. Oh! West Ham! Stuart Franks, thank you! His name's Stuart. You can tell he's a good bloke, you know, cares about his football club, wants to make sure they succeed. £50 million. What I think possibly helped is I did a press conference and they asked me about the transfer budget and I said we need to start spending big. I wonder whether they heard me. But we've not had to agree to anything. They've just dropped a bit of money on us. We had £15 million. We've now got 50, which is great. I don't know whether I can still find it. But we did also have this through. Issa Diop is second in French Footballer of the Year. ahead of Paul Pogba, which is incredible. Also, I don't know whether we can find this. Yes, we can. He's not in the 11, but he is amongst the substitutes. Kurt Zouma in the substitutes of World Team of the Year. That actually blows my mind that we've got him there. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud to say that we've got a player in and around the World Team of the Year. I know he didn't actually make it into the World Team of the Year, but still, that's pretty cool to me. I just wanted to share that with you. We've got more money, and apparently we've got 2 very good central defenders. Explains a lot about how we've done so well so far in the save. Okay, we're back after the Arsenal game. As you can see down here, we won 2-2. Well, we didn't win 2-2. That doesn't make any sense, Stu, does it? We drew 2-2. Jared Bowen got a double, but it was actually us on the front foot. Even though they had more chances, they were actually the better team, but we were in the lead twice in that match, and we wouldn't necessarily say bottled it. I would say that we were lucky that Arsenal were not playing at their best, even though they did dominate us a little bit. Jared Bowen's second goal, a thing of beauty. Definitely a contender for the Vlasic Award, which will need to be renamed this season because, newsflash, Vlasic has left the club. Harvey Barnes is in. He will be in the starting lineup today. Speaking of which, starting lineup. In fact, no, before the starting lineup, I should show you. We have put a transfer offer in for one player, and it is this chap here, Arsene Zakarian. Main reason we put an offer in for him, I think we'd already scouted him anyway, but I was going to say Bayern, it wasn't Bayern, it was Borussia Dortmund. They put in an offer for him. We actually went ahead of their offer. They offered 11.5, we offered 12.5. We got to offer him a contract, and he is currently deliberating that contract. If we sign him, he will be loaned back to Dinamo. I can't speak. Dinamo Moscow. He will be going straight back there on loan for the rest of the season, and hopefully he will continue to grow there whilst learning English. That will be a hope. He will be coming in as a backup central attacking midfielder, which means we will have 3 of them. Going to worry about that next season. I mean, we might be able to send him out on loan next season. Who knows? We might even want to bin off one of the other 2. But as you can see, we've got all of this lovely money to spend. I'm not going to try and spend it. If a player comes along who we think we can use it on, we will do that. But I'm not going to attempt to spend it, if that makes sense. But none of that nonsense matters at the moment because we're going into the game against Oxford. We're going to Oxford for this game. And this is the 11 that we're going to hope gets us through in the next round of the FA Cup. It's Rico in goal, Johnson, Metham, Ginter and Cresswell in defence, Palacios and Grilic in the midfield, with Harvey Elliott making his debut alongside Yanis Hadji, Alvarado and Amine Gouiri. We were going to play Thiago Almada, who's missed the last couple of games, but he literally just picked up an injury. We don't want to risk him, so he is out of the 11. Got Mark Noble on the bench as well. Hasn't played much for us this season, so it would be nice to get him on the pitch for a bit. And Michael Antonio as well. Really hasn't played a lot for us. Would be nice to see him get an appearance as well. But with all of that said, let's get into it. Oxford versus West Ham in the FA Cup. Let's go. Okay, let's be completely honest, this is a game we should be absolutely smashing them in. We have rotated the team very heavily, but even when you look at it, it's still a very strong team. It's not like we've rotated it with a bunch of our youth players. So now we've got one of our youth players on the bench. But we've gone in with a strong 11. We're hoping it will be enough to get us past Oxford. It should be enough to get us past Oxford. If it's not, then we really need to have a look at ourselves in the mirror. The ball over the top for Alvarado. That really should have been 1-0. Alvarado has disappointed this season. He is a candidate to be let go in the summer. If I'm being completely honest with you, Metham makes the header there, but the save is a solid one from Eastwood. Holds onto the ball as well. He's having a very good game to start with. We've had many chances in the beginning, although Florian Grilic looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock. Hopefully he can shake that off. Looks like he has done. We are having chances, but we are not making any headway, and we aren't allowing Oxford to have a few chances. Remember, these are not a team of non-league players. I believe they are League One, so only a couple of divisions below us. That still should be a team we should be able to batter, but we shouldn't be going into this thinking we can just walk all over them like we do some of the non-league teams that we play in our friendlies and things like that. We need to be very, very careful. And they're in here, and they have actually scored against us. Oh, my word. What is going on? Right. Before we do anything else, we're demanding more. We're going attacking. We are not letting that happen. That is very disappointing from our defence to allow that to happen. Cresswell's not had a good game at all, and it does start on his side, actually. Comes inside as well, and the defence is just completely split. It's a very, very poor piece of defending from us, and we do go 1-0 down in the first half, and we're hoping that we can get an immediate reply. Matthias Ginter with his 3rd goal of the season, Alvarado with the assist. let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've had to equalise against Oxford here, all right? Let's not be applauding ourselves, patting ourselves on the back too much. We shouldn't have had to get an equaliser against Oxford. However, we are now level in the game again, and hopefully we can use that as the launching point to absolutely batter them. If we can do that, that'd be great, lads. Right, Ginter with the ball. Out wider than I would like him to, but he does get it back out wide and ends up going back in field. Ball gets played all the way back to Rico. Over to Ginter again. Cresswell. Alvarado. Alvarado looking to pick a pass. Goes back to Cresswell. Cresswell inside to Ginter. Ginter now looking to find an option. Gets to Grilic. Grilic to Guerrieri. Guerrieri flicks it to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott runs inside. Was looking to try and get in the middle for a goal. It was a nice bit of movement from him. We do retain possession very, very well, but we do need to be making a little bit more progress in the final third here. Hadji into Guerrieri. Guerrieri goes round his man, but he's tried the shot. Why did he try the shot? And we've hit the I don't know if it's the post or the crossbar, but we have not scored somehow. The Oxford goal leading a charm's life at the moment. We could really do without having a replay. I mean, I'll be furious if we have to go for a replay. I am not happy. I am not happy. Right, let's just say. Step up, disappointed, not been good enough. Right, we need to make some changes. Okay, changes made. We're bringing on Kurt Zuma and Paulo Maffeo at the back. Forward line, we're doing okay. We're just struggling to break down. Well, we're getting really unlucky, actually. Their goalkeeper's having a really good game as well. Probably should bring Grilic off, but we'll wait for a little bit before we do that. But yeah, we're bringing Maffeo on at right back, Zuma on in central defence, Cresswell and Metham coming off because they've just been woeful today so far. So hopefully, that's going to be enough to get us in the lead, because we should be absolutely battering Oxford. And I'm going to demand more from the team, because so far, that has been unacceptable. Harvey Elliott's only on a 6.6. I'm not going to be too harsh on him so far, because it is his first game for the club. We have got a free kick. It looks like Harvey Elliott won that one for us. Going to get whipped in by an Anis Hadji. He's hopefully going to find the head of Kurt Zuma, and it is going to be 2-1. And Oxford's dream should, in fact, now be over. We shouldn't have conceded against them. I'm still a little bit angry about that, but I'll take us winning the game. I'll take us winning the game. We have heavily rotated. Some of these players are not going to be fully match sharp, but even so, it is not acceptable for me that we conceded that early goal still. It's not acceptable for me. I'm going very attacking. It's not acceptable that it's only 2-1. They're a League One team. We should be so much better than this. And finally, we have got another goal. It's 3-1. And all of a sudden, West Ham United in the lead by more than just one goal, which, again, not going to lie, this should have happened sooner. Should have happened far, far sooner. But I'll take what I can get at this point. Sorry, I was having a quick glance at my phone. Shouldn't really be doing that in the middle of a video. Apologies. Let's see if we can get a fourth, shall we? Because this is much better. This is much better. It's making me feel a little bit better about the team. We are going to make that final substitution. It is going to be Grilic who comes off. We're going to bring Mark Noble on. I was hoping to bring Al Turk on. I don't think we've got 4 substitutes in the FA Cup. I'm not even going to bother looking, to be honest with you. But I think we'll get Mark Noble on for a little bit. Club captain on. Harvey Elliott gives the ball away there. That was disappointing. That was very disappointing. We're going to demand more from him. That's very, very sloppy play from him. Hopefully, that is not a sign of things to come. Right, Hadji, Alvarado. Alvarado to Guerrieri. Guerrieri looking for options. Gets it into Anis Hadji, and that should be number 4. It is indeed. Guerrieri supplying Hadji with the pass, and Hadji with the finish makes it 4. That is much better. That is much, much better. Feeling a little bit better about this game now. At the end of the day, it's the classic thing. Bigger teams sometimes take the smaller teams for granted. The smaller teams put up a good rearguard action. But quality sees through, and it has indeed today from the looks of things. Let's just see the game out, lads. Let's not do anything silly. Let's not concede any more goals. If we can score another one, though, I'll take that. Kurt Zuma, the super sub goal machine himself, with 2 goals. I'll take that all day long. Anis Hadji, I think, with his 3rd assist. Maybe it's only his 2nd one. No, couldn't even see. I could click on the thing. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for it to come up naturally. Ginter, back to Rico. Over to Kurt Zuma. Mark Noble, into Palacios. Palacios to Zuma. Zuma, Palacios, Zuma. All the way back to Sergio Rico. I'd really like to see Harvey Elliott get a goal or assist. I don't think we're going to see that today. But First game, I'm not going to judge him too much. He's not looked out of his depth. Again, he's not played a single minute of first-team football in the Premier League for Liverpool this season. He's played in the Carabao Cup. He's played in their under-23s in the Papa John's Trophy, which I think is absolutely outrageous. And Oxford are down to 10 men. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Serves you right for scoring that bloody early goal. Serves you right. That'll learn you. Kurt Zuma's gone down here, and are we going to get an opportunity for a Kurt Zuma hat-trick? We are, and Kurt Zuma has scored a professional football hat-trick. Wow. The substitute who came on at half-time in defence has scored a hat-trick. 2 set-piece goal, well, 3 counting the penalty, 2 of them with his head, 1 of them from the penalty spot. I'll take that. That makes me feel a lot better. 6-1. Maybe it'll even be 7. Palacios does. Palacios does, in fact, make it 7. Lovely. Well, lads, you've done me proud here. You've done me very proud. I had a bit of a moan at you, and you've turned it around beautifully. You did exactly what I asked you to do. Fair play, boys. Fair play indeed. 7-1 against Oxford. That is exactly what should have happened. Took a little while to get going, but get going we did. Harvey Elliott did not embarrass himself in his debut. Cresswell and Metham, however, we need to have a serious chat with them. Right. Very happy with that performance. Very happy indeed. I think it's been a rather successful episode, personally. We beat Chelsea. We beat Oxford. We didn't lose against Arsenal. Happy days indeed. Why does it keep doing this? Let's just... There we go. So, we will be back, I think, somewhere in February. Oh, by the way, I've just realised, didn't actually show you. West Ham versus Juventus. That is the next round of the Champions League. Fortunately, the group stage was what the board wanted, and we were automatically in that. So we've already overachieved by getting out of it. So I'm not too worried about that game, but that is the Champions League tie. I think we need to come back for that, really, don't we? So we'll come back for it's the first game, isn't it? I'd rather come back for the second game. I'll tell you what, we'll come back in the month of February. We'll do maybe the FA Cup, depending on who we get drawn against. Maybe the Everton game or the Villa game or something like that. No, we'll come back for the Spurs game. So, here's what I'm thinking. End of the month. We'll come back for the game against Juventus at the Juventus Stadium, and we'll come back against Tottenham Hotspur as well. That sounds like a plan to me, I think. And just to end the episode, let's have a quick nose at the Premier League tables. Just to confirm, we are still in second place. Because we dropped points against Arsenal, we are now in second. Which, at the end of the day, a second place finish in the Premier League would be fantastic. First place would be great. A third place finish would also be very good. I mean, at the end of the day, Champions League football is what I want this season. We overachieved to get it last year. If we can get it this year, then we're turning it into less of an overachievement and more of a trend. So, with all of that said, thank you very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed, once again, please do leave a like on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel as well, and share the video with any people you might know who would like to see a Football Manager save with West Ham, or just a Football Manager save at all. Steady on. With all that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.